Today we are going to be talking about the properties of rational exponents and radicals. So for rational exponents, so these are the rules for exponents, and it works the same even if you have rational exponents. Now rational exponents is going to be fractions in the exponent, okay? So here are 3 of the properties, and make sure you write these down because we're going to be working with 7 different properties today. So I'm going to start off with some very basic questions, okay? So example number 1. So see, when you are multiplying variables, okay, they are the same variable, you are going to add your exponents. This is product of powers. So again, when you multiply, you are going to add the exponents. So 5/2 plus 1/2 is equal to 6/2, which can reduce to x to the 3rd power, okay? Example number 2 is a power to a power. If you have a power raised to a power, you can multiply those two numbers. So 1/2 times 4, so half of 4 is 2. This is going to equal to x squared. So again, very basic ones. And then if you have an exponent on the outside, you are actually going to distribute that exponent to everything on the inside, and you need to multiply with everything on the inside. So 2 times half, or half of 2, is going to be x to the 1st power. And then when I distribute that 1/2 to the y, I'm going to be left with y to the 1/2 power. So now we're going to step our game up a little bit. These problems are going to get a little bit harder. So let's look at these bottom ones here. So first of all, if you have coefficients in the front, you're going to multiply them. 2 times 5 is 10. Now we're going to add our exponents. What is 3/2 plus 3/2? 3/2 plus 3/2 is 6/2. Okay? And what is 6/2 reduced to? I would actually show my work here and use another line, but I don't have room. That's going to end up being x cubed because 6 divided by 2 is 3. Now the y's, we're going to add our exponents. Don't forget that if you don't see an exponent, it's a 1. So you're left with the y to the 3rd power. Okay? If you have a 3 on the outside, you're going to distribute it to every term on the inside. And when you distribute it, you're going to multiply it by everything that was there. So 4/3 times 3 becomes 12/3, which reduces to x to the 4th power. When you distribute to the y, and when you distribute to the z, you're left with 2 times 3, which is 6. And the last one, distribute. So 9 to the 1/2 power. 9 to the 1/2 power means it's the square root of 9, which becomes 3. Now for the x's, 4 times 1/2, or 1/2 of 4, is going to be x squared. And the y had nothing, so it's going to remain y to the 1/2. Okay? Make sure you write all these down as good examples. These bottom ones are super important, okay? Now, I want you guys to now use those same properties of rational exponents and try to work out these 3 questions. Go ahead and pause this video here. Okay, here are the answers. Now, I don't know what I was thinking on practice number 1. In my mind, I guess we were multiplying, but remember, we are actually going to add the exponents. So my bad, we had a whole number plus a fraction. 6 plus 1/2 is equal to 13/2. And for the y values, when I added them, I had 3 plus 1/3, which was 10/3. Okay? The second and third one weren't too bad. I distributed the 1/3, which basically means when I'm multiplying by 1/3, I'm dividing these numbers by 3. I got x squared y. And on this one, I went ahead and showed my work here. And 16 to the 1/2 is like taking the square root of 16, which is 4. And then 4 times half is going to be 2. Okay, so these are the first 3 properties. Now we look at the next 4 properties. We have negative exponent, 0 exponent, quotient of powers, and a power of a quotient. So let's just go ahead, and here are some examples if they were letters, but let's go ahead and do it now with just some examples. Go ahead and write these down. So when you have a negative exponent and a fraction, so we kind of mixed a couple things here. This has a negative exponent, and this has a power of the quotient. Okay, so this says that if I have an exponent outside of a fraction, I'm going to distribute it to everything on the top and bottom. That's this one. But negative exponent says, hey, if it's negative, you have to put it on the denominator. What we're going to do, because we have a fraction, is we're actually going to flip the fraction by taking the reciprocal, and now I have a 1/2. And now I can distribute this 1/2 here. I can distribute the 1/2 here and here. So y to the 6, but 6 divided by 2. Remember, 1/2 means the square root. Square root of 9 is going to be 3. And then x, 2 times 1/2 is going to be x to the first power. Okay? Example number 2 should be our favorite one. Anything to the 0 power. I don't have to show any work. Anything to the 0 power is 1. Example 3. Distribute, distribute. So this is like the cube root of 27, or you can actually put 27 to the 1/3 power, and then x, you have 3 to the 1/3. So the cube root of 27 is actually 3, and x, 3 times 1/3 is just 1. Ooh, and the last one looks a little bit tricky. So we divide the whole numbers in front the way we've always divided. So 10 divided by 2 is 5. And then because I have x's, I am going to subtract the exponents. So when we divide, we subtract exponents. That ends up being 5x. Okay? So now go ahead and pause this video and you give these ones a try. All 3 of them, please. So go ahead and check your work here, see how you did. That first one, remember I said we love 0 exponents because anything with the 0 exponent turns into a 1. So 1 times all of this, everything stayed the same. Remember that when you have a negative exponent, you're going to flip whatever you have here. So I flipped it and then I distributed the 1/3. So the cube root of 64 is 4. And then again, you multiply these, you get 2. You multiply these and you get 1. The last one, okay, so this is the quotient of powers. When you're dividing, you can subtract them if they have the same base. So I actually subtracted my x's first. So I got 25x to the 4th to the 1/2 power. And so when I distribute that 1/2, it's like taking the square root of 25, which is 5, and then I went ahead and cut the exponent in half. So 4 divided by 2 was 2. Okay? So the last ones we're going to talk about, and we'll just do 3 examples. These are radicals. Radicals are square roots or cube roots. A radical is that symbol. It's that bar right here. So this is a square root. So when you are multiplying square roots, as long as they are both square roots, you can actually multiply everything that's under the square root. So 3 times 48 is 144. X times x is x squared. And now you can take the square root. So you can take the square root first or second, but you can, if you can't take the square root, like I couldn't take the square root of 3, I couldn't take the square root of 48, so I can multiply these and see if that helps me. So hopefully now you guys see that the square root of 144 is going to be 12, and the square root of x squared is just x. Okay? The next one, again, I can't take the cube root of 5, I can't take the cube root of 25, and I can't do anything with those x's. But if I multiply them, 5 times 25, x times x squared. Now I'm taking the cube root of both those numbers. So the cube root of 125 is 5, and the cube root of x cubed is x. Remember, with the exponents, you divide. So 3 divided by 3 left me with just 1x. Okay? Now what happens if I'm dividing the last question? Again, can I take the square root here? No. Can I take the square root here? No. So what I can do is I can divide the numbers, but I have to subtract the exponents. So 2 different ways to do this. This shows you that you can break it up and do the square root of the top, the square root of the bottom. But if I already have it, then I can put these back into 1. So this changes to 18 over 2 and x to the 7th over x. So now that reduces to the square root of 9x to the 6th. Now I can take the square root. Square root of 9 is 3. And the square root of x to the 6th, so 6 divided by 2, remember it's square root. 6 divided by 2 gives me x to the 3rd power. Okay? And last but not least, go ahead and pause this video and try these 3 practice questions on your own. Hopefully these were easier for you. When we multiplied these together, we multiplied the numbers, got 81, and we added the exponents and got 4. Now remember, when I'm taking the square root of something to the 4th power, I divide by 2, and I'm getting 9x squared. On this one, when I multiplied the numbers, I got 64, and with the x's, I added them. And because I'm taking the cube root of 64 is 4, and the cube root of x to the 6, so 6 divided by 3 is 2. And last but not least, I went ahead and divided these and got 16. When I divide exponents, I have to subtract them. So 5 minus 3 gave me 2. Now I took the square root of 16 and got 4. And the square root of x squared is x. Hopefully this video helped you understand the basics of rational exponents and radical properties. Have a great day.